Hello, hello.
Hello.
Summoner's
Hello.
fucking...
Hey, what's going on?
Summoner's Circle, man. What's going on, guys? What are you doing?
I just listened to the show.
How's it going? What's up?
So, Irreverence of the fucking Cross, man. What the fuck, dude? That is some fucking evil sounding fucking heavy as fuck. That is so badass, man. I know I've heard it before, but it's always great hearing it again for the millionth fucking time, man.
You got to hear it live, too.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, dude. So tell us about this track. Tell us about this new record coming out, man. What's going on?
Well, the whole record itself was kind of inspired by the reaction that all of us got from the first Metal Devastation festival. People crawling out of the woodworks to scream that they see and hear the devil in everything, and we've never been about that. All of our songs previously have always been about cosmic horror and Lovecraft and horror fantasy and stuff like that, and we just decided, you know what? Screw it. Let's just go ahead and make a statement.
Man,
we got tired of people telling us what we can and can't do because of what they believe in.
Precisely. And, you know, there's definitely an indictment going on there, and there's some anger on our side, you know, just for the ridiculousness about all of it. But at the same time, you know, it certainly helped us write a really good album, that inspiration from that.
Man, I can't tell you enough, like, how fucking cool that is and, like, how that makes me feel. Like, it gives me chills. I got chills right now on my arm. I'm not lying.
Oh, man.
You know, like, I mean, you know, I know you guys told me that when we came and fucking visited with you guys over the winter, and we listened to the record with you, and that was so fucking cool. But, like, yeah, to know that fucking thing, because, you know, like, that affected us, you know, quite a bit too, but to know that it affected you guys that much too, and it that much, so much that it influenced you to use that in the record is just, I don't know, man. That's really
yeah.
cool.
And again, it was just another example of, you know, I guess the religious institutions trying to, you know, cause fear and control others, and, you know, we're about freedom, and I don't mean like freedom, I mean freedom, you know, just freedom from religion, you know, freedom of religion, freedom from religion, all of that. And, you know, I just thought that treatment of you and just, you know, I guess the stereotyping that they had about a bunch of metalheads getting together who really are nothing more than family wanting to have a good time at the show. And, you know, of course we proved that now 2 years in a row at the festival that, you know, we're not a problem for the police or for anybody else. You know, it's ridiculous.
No, everybody loved it, man. Everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, I laugh sometimes, like, I don't know, I think it was the last Behemoth record that came out. You know, I was reading the comments and stuff that were on social media and some of the posts, and people were like making fun of the fact that he was still going after Christians and doing all the satanic stuff, and they're like, what the fuck, like, really, like the... I'm like, yeah, but that depends on where you fucking live, you know, like, that depends on where you're at. I can understand, like, in some other places, you know, maybe in the country, you know, there's other places where stuff like that is just not even, you know, people don't even care anymore about any of that, but, like, depending on where you're at in this country or in other countries, man, the churches are still very, very imposing.
Well, yeah, I mean, Nurgle himself has been, you know, like, tried for blasphemy, which is amazing. That can even still happen in this day and age, you know?
Yeah. You know, something connected to to Tennessee. I just read an article that Tennessee is the most stressful state to live in the United States. And I was like, what? And then I went through and read it, and I'm like, we got that going on. And, yeah, then there's that. And I was like, dude, it's it's not an easy state to live in right now, and you know, being a musical state as we're supposed to be, and we are, but it's like there's so many elements here that is not just Nashville. You know, it's not all about Nashville and pop country music, and that's fine if people want to listen to it. That's fine if somebody's a Christian. I got nothing against it, but don't force your beliefs and your stuff onto me, because I'm not totally down with pop country and Christianity. Like, that's fine if other people want to do that stuff. That's on them. But you don't need to be an asshole because I'm into metal, you know?
Yeah.
And we've always been about live and let live. You do you, I'll do me. There is that line drawn in the sand. The moment
you said you wanted somebody to do you.
Yeah, pretty much. It's been a rough year. So, God, I lost my train of thought now. But yeah, that line is drawn in the sand. It becomes a problem when other people are telling me and my friends and the people that come to our shows, our fans, that we have to abide by other people's delicate sensibilities.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even now that there's we were found out we're banned again from another local Knoxville venue because we're too controversial.
Really?
So they didn't tell us. We actually were like trying to line up a show, and we were, you know, named as being on the bill, and they're like, "Oh, we can't have those guys play here."
Wow.
So this was just a couple of weeks ago. We found out again. We've been banned from there 2 or 3 times, and they always say, "Oh, you can come back." It was like, you know, we didn't really mean it, and it's like, yeah, you know, it's like, fuck you guys. We're done with y'all, and you know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, they don't need to be that way, man. It's like, fuck them.
That's funny, man. I always think of East Tennessee as being like the more progressive, more, you know, open-minded section of Tennessee, you know, but I guess it's all over the place, man.
It's all over the place. It's the Bible Belt, man.
Yeah, there's maybe 2 square miles of that in Knoxville, and that's about it.
Right.
But it's a devastating 2 square miles, man. Right?
Yeah, they're good people.
Okay.
Well, see, you know, and there was a lot of Christians that were at our festival that were there enjoying you guys' show and everybody else's.
Of course.
You know, and
yeah.
They didn't give a fuck. You know, there was, you know, a lot of people, they're just there for the music and they don't care about all that stuff, you know, like
it's art, it's music, it's entertainment, right?
Yeah, and that's,
you know,
that's how it should be, man. You know, like, I don't know.
Not only that, but you know, the new album itself isn't about the individual Christian person. It's about the institutions. It's about the as a whole, the group, the Catholic Church, the Baptist Church, the people up there yelling and screaming hellfire and brimstone, assholes like Greg Locke. You know, the people who are moving masses to think poorly. That's where we have a problem.
Yeah, the ones trying to start a cult, which I guess is, and that's the name of the record too.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh yeah, man. The album cover art, the artwork on this thing, by the way, is just out of this world, dude. That's so fucking cool. It looks like an old wood carving from fucking Middle Ages and shit, man. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I reached out to Misanthropic Art. Chris over there, he had done artwork for Behemoth and some other, you know, big bands. And I really liked the style. And you know, once we got the concept of the album down, I wanted something sort of in a Byzantine style. And you know, I talked with him and, you know, kind of told him what we were looking for, and he nailed it, like right at first. I mean, he sent me a concept within a couple of days even, and I was blown away by it. We made a couple of minor changes to it, but you know, he got exactly where I was coming from. You know, you've got, you know, liberty in shackles and, you know, like a death whispering into the ear of the Pope. It turned out like it was awesome. So, and we're so happy. If you guys, if there's anybody out there looking for great album art, t-shirt design, anything like that, Misanthropic Art is, he was great to work with, and, you know, super professional.
That is super cool, man. And you know what? You're mentioning Behemoth again. It just makes me think, like, that would be a fucking cool fucking tour, man. Like, that needs to happen.
Oh,
I agree.
You guys,
yeah, I agree. Yeah, why don't you get on the phone with us and hit Nurgle up for us, and
let's do it, man.
we'll make that happen. I'm ready.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. I know. I saw you guys talking about you're trying to get on the metal cruise ship too, man.
Fingers crossed, trying to.
Yeah, we've been submitted, and so we're just trying to make sure that they're aware of us. It's like the submission's there. So if anybody's out there listening, bug 70,000 tons, tell them you want to see Summoner Circle on the boat this coming year. And, just help us out. We'd love to do it. And, we think it'll be a lot of fun.
And I promise if we go, we will wear shorts under our robes.
You wear shorts under yours?
Well, for that I would.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I've got 70,000 tons email somewhere in my fucking thing, man. I'll look that up and I'll fucking tell them, dude.
Blow them up.
Awesome,
Come
man.
on,
Thank
man.
you.
Make it happen, dude. Like, if that happened, I would for sure have to try to. We would have to try to figure out a way to get down there and go on that, because that would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, if that happens, I'm going to try to figure out a way to go too.
Hell yeah, man. So tell us about this record, like, as far as the recording process, because I got to tell you, man, the production on this thing is totally, like, it's night and day, man. Like, this is a whole nother level, dude. Like, it's not saying that there was anything wrong with anything you guys did before. It was always great, but this, you really took it up. Like, it's noticeable. It's like, shit, man, I can hear everything.
Yeah, I mean, we're continuing to work with Yannick Bercier at Wave Transform Recording Studio here in Knoxville. They do an amazing job, and it's a growing process. We're growing together in terms of the production. It's every time we work with him, he's figuring out new things, and we're figuring out new things, and the addition of Nadir to our lineup, he brought a lot of choirs and extra symphonics that we've been wanting to do, and he made that a realization for us, and we couldn't be happier with the way the production turned out. It was mastered over at Fascination Street Studios by Tony Lindgren, who's done about everybody. Between the recording and the mixing and the mastering, we feel like I think we did about as good as we could with this one. Hopefully the next one will be even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even like with Herb, Gog, your approach to guitar playing, for instance, you're constantly tinkering with your sound. Like, we discuss whether we're going to play live or going to record, like, we're always working on our sound, so I'm thrilled when anybody's like, man, that sounds big. And I was like, that's what we're going for. And it's just like, it's never not a topic when whether we're going on the road or recording, we're constantly trying to figure out ways to make it sound better and deliver the message and the emotion and attitude of the song to the listener, I guess.
We kind of had that exact same experience in the studio. Every record has, as Gog said, it's kind of been a work in progress, growing with Yannick in the studio to achieve the sound that we're looking for. And with this one, we said we wanted to be, not more raw, but more nasty sounding, more aggressive, without sounding like a wall of white noise. Yeah. And I think Yannick really just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I think that the word I used was teeth. I wanted, like, the guitars to have teeth, a good bite to them, Yeah,
it does, man. I recently got these Cali LP6 fucking monitors here in my studio because I've been doing some mixing myself, and I'm telling you, man, these fucking things do not hide nothing. Like, they don't sugarcoat anything. Like, whatever you put through them, you hear it exactly how it is. And so when I was listening to your record on these, I was just like, holy shit, man. Like, because it just fucking, I could hear every single little guitar fucking, just every little scrape on the string, the bass, the drums, the vocals. You can hear, you can understand every single word that you're saying, and that's really actually, a lot of people don't realize like how hard that is actually to get that cleanness, but at the same time, like it sounds live and raw, but it's really clean. It's really, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just
Well, that was kind of one of the things that we had told Yannick is we kind of wanted this album to have the sound that we would have during a live show. The past albums they sounded great. But there was a difference between how it sounded live and how it sounds recorded, and this one is much, much closer to our live sound.
Yeah, I absolutely. We just recorded some playthrough videos that'll be coming out too, and just even playing along with it, recording that, you can hear it's like very similar to the live tones we have, which is awesome. And I know we put a lot of work into the drum sounds as well, and I think the goal was to keep it a little more natural, and maybe Invictus can speak a little bit to that, because I think the drums on this are the best we've had too. So
yeah, these are definitely my favorite sounding drums that we've done so far. They're completely live drums. There's not any samples there. And Yannick and I, when we were in the studio, we did some tests with mic positioning, and specifically on the ride, we came up with an angle underneath of it on the opposite side, which is unusual, but it captured that definition and the sort of ping that you're wanting from a ride cymbal, and it really comes through in the recording. I think it sounds fantastic. Yannick did an excellent job.
Yeah, he really did, man. He really did. For all the gearheads out there, can you give us like a rundown of some of the gear that you guys are using, like amps, pedals, anything like that?
Oh, I guess I'll go. Guitar wise, I have two. I play through Solar guitars. Thank you, Solar, for hooking me up with the artist pricing. And I use Fishman Fluence Modern pickups in my guitars, NYXL strings, and I play through a Fractal FM9, through a Matrix GT800 power amp, and then into a big old orange 4x12 400 watt cabinet. It's the 4x12 HP, I believe is what it's called, but they don't make them anymore. And so that's my live setup, and that's essentially what we ran in the studio too, with the exception of we just went direct, obviously, with CabSim. But next,
I'll go next. I think one thing when I walked in the studio different from the last album is I got a Dark Glass Alpha Omega preamp DI pedal that's pretty much in my rig at all times. And I was starting to use it, and I showed up at the studio and I said, let's try this. I really like the way it sounds, and immediately dialed it in and got a better tone from the last album. Typically, I'm using a Geddy Lee Fender Jazz Bass. Can't really say anything negative about it. It's pretty much amazing. Great pickups. And live, I use orange amplifiers, orange cabinets, and I love it. So, but really on the album, it's that Alpha Omega Dark Glass.
Nice. I guess I'll go next. I've got, in the studio, I recorded with my D-Drum Reflex kit, which I've had for probably close to 10 years now. Sabian cymbals pretty much all around. We got a mix of AAX, HHX, and also the main difference on the cymbals is the ride. Again, talking about the ride, it's the Meinl Megabell Soundcaster, which I don't think they make that anymore either. And then drum heads, We got G2 Evans on the top, clear, and G1 on the bottom. And I'm using the Evans ST. That's the super tough, I think, on the snare head. And then I've got the the snare side 300 on the bottom. I had to think for a second. And then I use Axis A longboards for my double bass pedals.
Nice. Yeah, for me, live, I tend to find the best sound I get is usually I plug straight into the Boss Metal Zone, and I put that right into the PA, and I just think it sounds fucking unbelievable. No, I'm fucking around. Yeah, so live, I'm using a Kemper, and I think God can talk a little more about that because it's his, and I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing with that. I just plug in and play, but I know it sounds awesome, and it sounds like a real amp. And yeah, I was completely blown away like the first time plugging into it. Even for, when I went down there to audition, I plugged in. I'm like, oh my god, this is like the sound. But guitar wise, I usually use my Gibson Flying V. I'm using a Seymour Duncan JB in the bridge.
And I use vocal cords and a lot of piss and vinegar.
Hell yeah.
Well, what kind of microphone are you using, man? Because that's important too, dude.
I'm using a wireless Sennheiser. You talked specifically, do you recall the model of that one?
It's based on an 835. It's the same I use for a backup when I do backing vocals with you. I'm not sure what you used in the studio. I've seen pictures.
It's 3 different mics in the studio.
Yeah.
It's those ones that look like microphones.
Yeah. There's a lot of good mics we've used in that studio. And then even for demo, I knew we'll use like a C214 AKG, which works really well for our demoing of albums before we even get to the studio.
Yeah, I think something to look forward to is we may be like, we talked about, we have some scratch tracks out there, and it might be fun to just kind of like put some of those out there just so people can kind of hear the songwriting process and how it starts out before it gets to be all fancy. And, we discussed sort of releasing some of those out into the wild. If that's something that, people out there want to hear, let us know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You mentioned the Metal Zone. I got to say, man, that pedal actually, if you run it as a boost pedal, it's a totally different fucking thing, man. My buddy
Dude,
Carl,
I know it's actually not that bad.
He recently gave me one, and I plugged it in front of the amp and I turned the distortion down to 0, left the tone at noon, and then just turned the level all the way up, and used the distortion on the amp itself, and it's just it like fucking, oh man, it just.
Yeah, it's actually a nice clean boost. It tightens up the low end when it gets too hairy, and it's really not too bad.
Yeah,
that was the first pedal I ever got, and I think it's like the same story pretty much for every like metal guitarist. As soon as I stepped on that thing, I was like, oh my god, I'm Dave Mustaine right now. Like, it was just like a mind blown moment. And
that pedal's a sleeper, dude. It's a sleeper if you don't know how to use it. Mm-hmm. But like Zach said, he's got a little trick. There's some other tricks using your effects loop.
Yeah,
it's the first double stacked EQ pedal they ever did. So it gets a bad rap sometimes, and it's kind of a generic name, but it works, man.
Yeah, it does.
I was watching sorry.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was watching a rig rundown. I think it was like Disturbed or something, and they were fucking running a Metal Zone, but I think they were using it as like a radio signal effect, I guess. So it's kind of a little counterintuitive, but
you can definitely get that kind of sound out of it for sure. Buzzsaw kind of,
yeah. Kirk from Crowbar, he runs it as a boost, just a clean boost in the front too. I saw a rig rundown of his, and he had like tape covering it because he didn't want nobody to see the name of it, because he said, everybody makes fun of him when they see it on the pedal board, but he's like, no, dude, this thing actually fucking works, man.
Yeah. Before I went Fractal, I was all about the TS9 as my boost. Love the TS9, and I had one of the old tube drivers that actually had the 12AX7 tube in it as well that I used to run. I still have that laying around somewhere. That's a really neat pedal, but that's from like the late 80s, and I still have it. And it's very unique sounding.
You know,
Yeah, but can we go back to talking about the Metal Zone pedal?
Absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
This is a Metal Zone podcast now. Sorry.
man, when I was a kid, you know, like my first fucking rig, you know, just a little amp and a distortion pedal, and I would just turn everything all the way to 10, man. Didn't know, you know, we didn't have
all
YouTube
did that,
videos.
yep.
Nobody was telling us like how you're supposed to do anything, so you just turn everything all the way up, and it sounded like shit. I'm like, what the fuck? This doesn't sound like Metallica or.
Yeah, but back then I thought it sounded cool as fuck. You know, it just like everything all the way up to 11, and you know, just go.
Hell yeah.
You learn.
Yeah. For sure, man. And you know what? Also, I got to give a shout out because you mentioned Solar Guitars and Ola England, man. Fucking, like, what the fuck, dude? A few weeks ago, he emailed me and asked me to help him promote Feared's new song. And I was like, what the fuck? There's no way
cool.
this is actually Ola in my inbox. But it was, you know, and I talked to him and we set it up and did it. But it was just like, damn, dude. And now,
yeah, I've never had the pleasure of talking to Ola or meeting him yet because I haven't been to a NAMM festival or anything. But I have talked to his wife on email because she was head of artist relations there for a while, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, he seems pretty cool, man. And now I'm looking at Solar Guitars, you know, like.
I love mine. I really can't say anything bad about them. They've taken care of me. The guitars I have are sturdy. They sound great for the price. And you know, if you're thinking about trying one, I'd say go for it.
Hell yeah.
Maybe there'll be some kickback for me at some point from Solar, but you know, we'll see.
You're endorsed. You're endorsed by him, right? Or
I am. Yes, I am.
hell yeah. How did that come about?
I wrote them a lengthy email explaining why I love their guitars and, you know, this is the stuff we're up to. And lo and behold, they actually got back to me and said, oh, that's great. I think a lot of it is because, you know, we did that Bodum tour in 2019. So it was shortly after that I sent it. And, yeah, I was like pleasantly surprised and it was great. So, yeah, thanks to them for, you know, taking a chance on me. And it's been a good relationship.
That is cool as hell, man. Yeah, you know, I always know, like, at the festival, too, I noticed, you know, there's a lot of bands fucking every time they get up there, and I'm like, oh, there's another fucking Solar guitar, man. Fucking A, man.
I mean, they make some really, really cool-looking pointy guitars, I gotta say. Some of the nicest pointy guitars out there.
Yeah, that new X one, man. Holy shit.
It's pretty. Yeah, Ben from War, who we've toured with a couple of times, has one of those X styles. He's got, when they first came out, he got one, so I got to check it out. It's never been my favorite body style, but I gotta say, I fell in love with it.
Hell yeah.
I just want it to be known that Leo is trying to get me to stop talking about the Metal Zone pedal.
That's all you're going to talk about now, Leo.
It's not going to happen.
Right. That's all.
Don't get the drummer
Invictus
started
is gonna
on
talk
that.
about now.
He should be talking about drum pedals, not effects pedals.
Well, here we are.
Hey, he plays guitar too.
Plays a
That's
mean
true.
banjo.
Yeah, but he plays it
Yeah.
left-handed, so that, you know, that's kind of different.
That's probably a sin somewhere.
Probably. You can get like sued for that or like excommunicated or something. I don't know.
Can I be disbarred?
Are you barred?
I don't know.
Because if you can't
A
be disbarred if
right-handed,
you're
a right-handed
barred.
drummer that plays guitar left-handed, that's blasphemous.
Technically speaking, aren't we all bards?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't see anything.
I
No,
see
but
what
I
you did
can
there.
hear.
Yep.
Yeah, the other D&D nerd.
Right.
I was going to say, I
Do they
don't know
have
what the fuck
Braille
you're
on your
talking about, but
phone?
I'm just going to laugh anyway.
I'm not on my phone. I'm on my personal computer. And yes, I have Braille keyboards.
Oh, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Speaking of that, man, like reading. What book? What story are you going to be reading soon on YouTube, man?
Well, that all just depends on if they hit that goal. I set the goal of 30,000 views on the Irreverence of the Cross music video
You guys are getting
by the
close.
end of March.
Yeah.
Well, we're not quite halfway there yet.
All
13,000.
That's a lot, dude. That's pretty fucking cool, man. I mean, that video's badass too. Like
Thank you.
that was cool, man.
Yeah, but for those listening that don't know, Blind set he will read a children's book. Well, read, I don't know if that's the right word because he can't see, but he will recite a children's book online on YouTube
From memory.
If we get to 30,000 views by the end of March. We did the same thing with the Cast Vector video, and there is an actual video of Blind reading "Go the Fuck to Sleep" by Samuel L. Jackson or whatever. I think that's what it was. It was.
He just read the pages.
Yeah,
And,
but it's pretty funny, I gotta say.
That shit was hilarious.
So yeah,
dude.
previously for the Chaos Vector video, we did hit our goal, and I did make a video of reading "Go the Fuck to Sleep" by Adam Mansbach. What so many people don't know is that Adam Mansbach wrote 2 other books, and I have them. So hit that 30,000 view goal on that music video, and I'll read the second book, which just happens to be, Yes, You Have to Fucking Eat.
There you go. For all you out there listening, man, go to their YouTube channel and hit the fucking play button on that video over and over and over and watch that shit and share it.
Please.
Otherwise, he's not going to get any smarter. He's not going to get any better at reading. He's just going to stay the same.
Make me read the book.
He has to practice.
He needs practice, but he needs incentives too.
That's right.
Need motivation. Come on.
He needs to eat after all. We need that love, them thumbs up and them comments, but definitely the views. That's what'll get us to him fucking, I guess, reading or looking or no, we can't look at a book.
I also got to ask you, man, how's Bleetus doing?
Oh, he's fine. He's a little stinky.
He's dead.
He's still in the box.
Yeah,
hasn't
he
been out in a while,
needs a
so-
shower.
Yeah, he will need a shower because we leave him in there, and then he kind of like when we wake him up, he smells like a weird vinegar vinegar and mold kind of together. So yeah, we have to clean him up a little bit, but he'll get bloody again.
He smells like a dank old cave.
Yep.
And will you guys be bringing him back out for upcoming live shows?
Always.
Hell yeah,
Absolutely.
man. He stole the show, dude. I got to say, man, like Bleetus, that was badass.
Yeah, everyone loves Bleetus, but we can't let him get a big head. He's going to want his own sitcom really soon, and we're not sure about that. He's going to start wanting to get paid.
Yeah, that wet food is not getting any cheaper either.
No, it's not.
He needs to calm the fuck down with that.
Well, you got that.
But with everything going on across the country, Bleetus became a really big hit for everyone who saw him at shows. But the newest detail is he was actually conceived via IVF.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
So, double trouble there. Keep that in
That's
mind.
right.
We need to go play in Alabama then.
Yep.
Holy
They'll love us there.
that would be
Old
crazy.
Alabama. We've only been to Alabama one time.
Yeah.
We've driven through it a couple of times and got the hell out of there pretty quickly. But we did play a show there once.
In Decatur. It was like one of the weirdest shows we ever played. Yeah.
It was a weird show.
We almost actually moved the festival to Alabama because when we were trying to find a venue to replace Beach Lake after all that shit happened, we couldn't find nothing, man. And there was people down in Alabama that were like, come on down here, we can do it. And I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe the roll tide is going to happen. But no, Jackson, they fucking pulled out, man. Like that show last year was insane, man. Those people loved it. They turned out. It was a lot more than what I expected, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience, I gotta say.
And, of course, have to give a shout-out to Shelby the Unicorn.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
head banging that big unicorn head. I loved seeing that every time. Every time I noticed Shelby the unicorn, I was like, "Oh, there it is! There's a unicorn."
Yeah, I was playing up there on stage, and the unicorn was over on my side of the stage. And every time I'd look up and see it, I had to really kind of fight back laughing to see this unicorn headbanging out there, like flopping around.
That was cool.
I didn't see shit from stage.
I know you didn't.
That was crazy, man. You know, we've been talking to her, and she's coming back this year, and apparently she says she's bringing a whole fucking army of mystical creatures. Like, there's going to be more than there's going to be a whole bunch of them. So,
hell yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Mystical creature pit.
That would be fucking cool shit.
That's going to be hilarious, man. So speaking of live shows, man, as far as like coming up for new live shows revolving around this record, do you guys have any? Is there anything different that you're going to be? Any surprises or anything like that you might be bringing out to the show?
Well, we're working on some things. We got some ideas. We are going to be. It looks like we're going to be hitting the road in June to do a run in support of the new album. That'll be the first one out. It'll be here in the U.S. So keep your eyes peeled for more information on that. Keep your eyes peeled. What the hell? That sounds really weird.
No, that's
Keep your ears peeled.
Right.
That's
Well,
the
I
right
was just
phrase.
imagining like peeling your eyes like grapes, and it's just. But anyway, yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
Side quest.
imagine how Blind feels about that. Like his eyes are
Right.
much useless.
Yeah, but anyway, so there will be
peel
more
grapes?
information coming out about that, and the lineup we have for that run is going to be sick. So I wish we could say something about it now, but we can't. But probably pretty soon.
We're going to be opening up for Drake.
No, we're not.
That app new guy.
Oh no, is that a strike?
Yeah, Omnis has an
That's a strike.
infatuation with Drake, by the way. Just
I love him.
everybody out there listening, just give him hell about it.
I
Yeah.
love his music.
Yeah, you got to
That's
use
wrong.
one pedals on. You don't even get to use the Metal Zone now. It's a DS1. Congratulations.
All right, we're back to the metal zone.
Nope, DS1.
Yeah, speaking of the Metal Zone,
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Metal Zone?
I'm gonna have to hashtag Metal Zone in this fucking when I'm at the post tomorrow. Well, I was gonna ask also, Black Lion Records, man. You guys signed with. You guys are signed to the label now. Tell us about that, man. How did that come about?
Came about, we initially recorded Irreverence of the Cross, and we were having it shopped to labels. And our management, Mark Clappel over at Extreme Management Group, was helping us out with that. And he kind of thought we'd be a good fit with what Ollie over at Black Lion is doing. And, we had a chance to talk to them, and we thought it was going to be a really good fit. They're pretty tied into a lot of the physical sales over in Europe, and kind of tied into those mom and pop shops there, have really good physical distribution there. One thing that's different in Europe than here is in the States is that people in Europe still buy physical media. They gobble it up. So we thought that would be a really good opportunity to kind of expand our footprint into Europe. And we're really excited to be working with them. They've been great so far, and look forward to, more singles on the album coming out with them.
Yeah, and we got some pretty diehard fans in Europe too.
We do.
So it's pretty exciting to get that physical distribution over there and get some really excited people over there. And I know there's people in the States that buy physical media, but over there I was like blown away by the amount of physical CDs that they purchased.
Yeah, we didn't take enough with us on the Batushka tour. We weren't aware that people were going to buy that many CDs. So I wish we'd have taken twice as much as we did, but that probably wouldn't have even been enough.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, man. That's cool, man. Yeah, and dude, big shout out to Mark, dude. He's fucking badass too, man. We actually talked to him today. As a matter of fact, we had a a little meeting with him and EMG.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And congrats to Mark on the new arrival. They just had a baby, and he just had a birthday too. So happy birthday, Mark.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And Misery Index is fucking badass, man. Fuck.
Oh yeah, they are.
Fuck.
Yep.
But
Killer band.
Jay, you're right, man. Europe is fucking insane about buying records and merch and stuff like that. You're not the first person to tell me that. Like I've heard that time and time and time again. You know, it's just bands. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, here it's like people buy the shirts first, and then if they have any money left over, they'll grab a CD. But over there, it's the first purchase of the music, and then they'll get a T-shirt. You know, but it's the music first. They want to actually have that media.
I wonder why that is. Like, what's the thing? You know, like
I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, I definitely like it. I can I touch on the new album coming up a little bit?
Yeah,
Just
tell
say
us,
what-
man.
Man, like, people keep asking me about vinyl with Summoner Circle, and we want to have it, but the best thing people can do is buy the CD, buy physical CDs, like, order them up, order them T-shirts, like, support the hell out of this record coming up, support the last one, but we don't have a deal with vinyl yet. Like, people want it, and I'm like, if we sell enough CDs, we're going to get vinyl.
Yeah, Blackline has told us that the vinyl will come if the sales are there.
But you can't hold out and go, well, I'll just wait for the vinyl to come out. And I'm like, well, you know what? Just go ahead and snatch you a CD. And I know it's not exactly what you want, but the artwork that's in this CD looks great. I guarantee it. You're going to love it. And it really goes a long way to helping the band. And
even just streaming everything we have helps with that too. It just shows interest in the band, and the label will then hopefully help us get some vinyl out.
Yeah,
or even just pre-order a digital copy of it. Have it on your phone, your tablet, whatever. That kind of sale will help. It pushes the numbers, and it'll let the label say, "There's demand. Let's get it out on vinyl."
That's right.
Yep.
And you can find all the links for that if you go to our Instagram. It's in the bio. If you go to our Facebook page, it's all over the place. So if you're looking for where you can get the album, pre-order the album, download the single, just hit us up on Facebook, look on our Facebook site or Instagram, and you'll find it.
There's a link tree with all of the information everywhere that you can go to get the album.
Yeah, it's on Deezer and Amazon and Apple Music and some other streaming platforms as well. So you have your choice.
Hell yeah. I've been posting the fucking Bandcamp link in the chat room right now, man. Speaking of the chat room, man, Raven's going to kill me if I don't fucking say it. She wants me to tell y'all that she fucking loves you.
Oh, we love her too.
Yes. We love all y'all.
Yeah, we sure do.
Hell yeah, man.
But she'll have to get on that boat if we get on that boat.
Absolutely. I will drag her kicking and screaming if I have to, man. I know she hates cruise ships, but
and we love her for that, but she might have to get on the boat.
That's right.
Got to. You hear that, Raven? We got to go. If they go, we're going.
There you go.
Hell yeah. All right, well, is there anything else you guys want to announce that's coming up? Anything else?
Get those views up on that music video if you want me to read another book. Aside from that, pre-order the album. Go stream it. Like, comment, share, all that good happy horse shit.
Thanks to everybody out there that has always been supportive of us. Thanks to those that have already downloaded the album or pre-ordered the album, and we love you guys and couldn't do this without y'all. So if you're not already following us on social, follow us on social media. Just you guys stay metal, eh?
Hell yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk to us, man. Always appreciate it. It's always a pleasure talking with you guys, man. I love you. And we, family, man. your family.
Absolutely. And I don't think it disintegrated into total, nuttiness this time. I think we actually stayed on topic pretty good. I don't know what happened, but wow.
You're forgetting about the metal zone again.
The metal zone.
Back to the metal zone, man. All right. Well, before I let you guys go, can I get you to make us another station tag?
You do that, Blind.
Always got to be me. Sure. Yeah. This is Blind from Summoner Circle, and you're listening to the Zach Moonshine Show on Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks so much for taking the time. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more Summoner's Circle for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Hell yeah.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you guys so much.
All right, man.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon, man.
Y'all take
Appreciate
care.
it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Later.
Thanks, Zach. See you.
Bye.
There you have it, folks. Summoner's Circle live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your fucking windows. Put them in your front lawns. Put them in your neighbor's driveway. Do whatever the fuck you gotta do, man. If you don't see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, if you don't see people freaking out, if you don't see fucking helicopters deployed, fucking cops fucking rolling up, ambulances, fire trucks, everything, man, you're not cranking it up loud enough, dude. I'm serious, man. Crank it up fucking loud as a fuck.